about right to work that you oppose so much?
What we oppose about right to work is because it's the freedom to freeload. They can suck all of the parasitical benefits and the hard wages that unions have negotiated, and they get it for free.
Already destroyed one tent. Leave the tent alone.
Get the out of my face!
Don't tear down the tent.
Get the out of my face!
You hurt a lady in there.
You're addressing me. I ain't hurt nobody. You hurt the out of my face. Back the up.
Stop tearing down the tent.
Back the up.
Okay. You just assaulted me, buddy. You got a gun! We don't want anybody to get hurt.
I'll kill a motherfucker with a gun! I killed 20 motherfuckers with a gun!
Hey! Leave it alone.
And now we turn to that showdown raging in the heartland of the United States. Perhaps no place in America more closely associated with unions than the state of Michigan. And today, thousands of union workers descended on the Capitol to protest a new law they believe could be an ominous signal for unions and worker paychecks everywhere. Here's ABC's Alex Perez.
The anger boiling over. Officers turning to pepper spray to control the crowd, at least 10,000 deep. But it wasn't enough. Michigan Republican
labor unions helped to make the state of Michigan an economic powerhouse for generations in this country. A union job in the Detroit auto industry was a ticket to the American middle class, a good salary, benefits package, a piece of the American dream, a two-car garage, and college education for the kids. But a lot has changed, both to labor unions and on the American jobs and manufacturing front. And what happened today would have been unthinkable not too long ago. Michigan is now a so-called right-to-work state because of the bills signed into law late today by the Republican governor there. It's where we begin tonight with correspondent Ron Mott in Lansing, Michigan. Ron, good evening.
Brian, good evening to you. This right-to-work law will end a 77-year-old requirement that workers pay union dues as a condition of their employment. It's an historic move indeed, especially, as you mentioned, in a place like Michigan, where labor unions are woven into the fabric of everyday life for so many people, and that's why this was such a bitter fight. Despite the chill, today thousands of union workers far outnumbered supporters, directing their anger toward Republican lawmakers and Governor Rick Snyder.
Snyder is nothing but a union buster, and that's all he's in here for. He's a big company man, and they're going to try to set us back to the 30s and the 20s.
Under the watchful gaze of police, some in riot gear, protesters swarmed the governor's office building, finding the doors locked. Opponents argue the real intent is to weaken middle-class workers, a concern expressed by one of the country's most powerful unions and echoed by the president.
He stood up yesterday for all working people in America. He said what is true. Right to work means right to work for less.
Advocates say right-to-work laws bring in new business and employees that come with it. More workers mean more money into state coffers.
States that have this type of legislation that provides for freedom in the workplace are more economically competitive than states that don't. So it's time to break with the past and move Michigan forward, both for employees and employers.
Brian, tonight this law will go into effect sometime in the spring. In a few months' time, it will dramatically change things here in Michigan.
Ron Mott, after a boisterous day at the state capitol. Ron, thanks. Phil LeBeau.